Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to be making Miitopia Jobs Tier List. Wow, I can't believe that I'm doing something that's about Pikmin. As you've probably known by now, I've been a big fan of Mii games. It says so right in my bio on Instagram. And Miitopia is my 7th favorite game of all time, so I figured, why not? Let's make a tier list of all jobs. I have beaten Miitopia 5 or 6 times in my life, including the 3DS version. So let's get into it. I'll be ranking these by how good they are in the game. I'm ranking them by how good they are by themselves with party members. I'm ranking them how good they are like when you have a guest character with you that assists as well, because some of these are really good for that specific role. And I'll also ranking them by how good it is with like your Mii is using that job, because sometimes when you have this job, it's worse than when like your NPC party members have that job. Anyways, let's get to it. I'll start with Chef. I'm definitely giving it above B. Maybe A, somewhere here. I think I'll just put it here for now. So Chef's pretty good. It has good healing, especially early game. It has good healing once you get past early game. Its healing is still good, don't get me wrong, but it does go down a little bit when it makes spicy food that makes Miis get mad at each other, and for Chef it happens a lot. So it could be really annoying, especially if you're doing like Tower of Dread, I believe that's what it's called, and 2 of your party members, or you and a party member, is mad at each other because Chef gave you spicy food. And it is pretty good attack damage too. I think I'll give it probably B, low A. Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Next will be Imp. I think I'm giving Imp an A too. Imp, it's a pretty good overall job. However, a couple things I don't like about it: when it does the whispers to your party members, whatever it's called, when you're in a tough fight and you want your cleric to heal someone, and Imp uses that, it gets them excited for like 2 or 3 turns. They can't heal, and that's really annoying. Imp does pretty good damage as well. I really like, particularly when it lowers the defense of enemies. When you use the— oh, hold on, my computer's almost ready. Let me get my phone charged. How embarrassing. Sorry about that. Imp has pretty good damage, as I said. I really like it can lower defense. I believe it's the only class entire game that can do that. I might be wrong about that, because there are a couple in here that I am less familiar with. I mean, I know all these pretty well, but there's some that I know less than others. I really like the one particularly where Imp can do the multiple pitchforks at once, or what it's called. That's really good. It's really good when there's multiple enemies, or if there's even one that does a lot of damage. I think A is better than Chef. I think I'll leave it here for now. Pop star. I think it's baby, B. Besides the whole funny thing of me, when I did a Miitopia playthrough, I accidentally selected the girl one, and on my Mii account, I post too many pictures, and I get like every picture's 5 seconds, so that's an oversaturation, but I accidentally selected the female one, and those are my pictures, and people really liked it for some reason. Like, I don't know why, the whole Pikmin Fan 64 femboy thing was quite a big thing, like this April and March. I found it really funny, I'm being dead serious. And I embraced it. Even on the Switch port, I purposely chose it, and people really liked it. There are a couple people that really didn't like it, which I do understand, but that's not related to this, it's just a little rambling. And even in some of the shorts I put up here, there's still the one of being the female one, because I'm re-uploading old stuff, and that's in it. Anyways, sorry about that tangent, just want to get that out of the way. Popstar, maybe it's A, actually. It could, actually, yeah, it could heal dead party members. It could heal 3 at once later in the game. I think it's the only one that can do that. Even Cleric can't do that. Really good with healing. It can also remove problems as well, or quarrels, I'm pretty sure that's how it's called. It can remove that from party members, which, especially if you have Chef or Tank on team, it can be really good. Both of the singing scream attacks, I forget the name of, out of tune, both out of tune and way out of tune are really good damage dealers. It does do some damage to party members, but it isn't too bad usually. It can also use the, what's it called, the love you attack, the love you assist, where it gives to you or whoever the pop star is to make all of them have the most highest relationship status of the party. Jeez, sorry I'm jumbling words here. That can be really good. It could be clutch as well. I think I'm gonna give it A. I don't think maybe I'll give it S. Maybe I'll give it S. We'll see. Scientist. I think Scientist is A too. I think almost all of these are A. Like, it's pretty well balanced besides a couple of outliers, which I will discuss later on. Scientist, Black Hole, I believe it's called, or Absorber, or whatever. It's really good. It does a lot of damage. It could also heal, I forgot to say for Imp too, it could heal SP as well. Which, especially when you're starting to run out of sprinkles and MP candies, is really good to have on the team. Scientist is kind of a glass cannon. It's like significantly lower health than lots of other classes. I mean, Mage, I believe, is the lowest out of them all. And also the thing where it dumps its liquid on Mii's weapon for attacks. That's really good too for splash damage or heal. But I feel like Scientist does get outclassed a little bit more into the game. But to be fair, in my save file where I literally went for 100%, one of my party members had Scientist, so they went into Tower of Dread, I believe? And Black Hole carried me through it. I mean, not just that, but yeah. I think A. Tank. I think I'm gonna have to give you S. Tank is probably one of the best for raw damage. I know that Miitopia is something like an RPG where you need to grind out stats and stuff. It's not like one of those RPGs. It's a pretty simple and beginner RPG, but still, Tank's really good. It does require MP for every single attack, which does suck. when you give it hyper sprinkles, it turns into an absolute monster, and paired with other, like, with pincer attacks and with stuff like that, it can really do a lot of damage. I don't think I'm really going to discuss, like, the horse attacks, because most of them, like, the ultimate horse thing, because most of them are pretty, I know that actually that's not true, lots of them are pretty different, but I don't really think I need to. Yeah. Elf. I'm gonna give you A2. I probably have between, it's Elf and Princess I have the least amount of experience with in this game. Elf's good, don't get me wrong. But the thing that turns me off about Elf is, you don't get it until post-game, first of all. Which isn't a bad thing, like Vampire, which I believe you can get Vampire before you beat the final boss. I might be wrong about that, yell at me in the comments. But, Elf is something you don't get, I keep thinking about Elf from Pikmin, I'm sorry, it's my brain. Elf is something that you don't get until endgame, first of all. You don't get it until you go through, I forget what the name of, like, the beach part or whatever. You have to go all the way through that and then go through that, beat a boss and all that stuff. You don't get it until then. So you want to be good if your core 4 party members have Elf, you have to completely remove their other classes, which they're already, like, at level 30 or 40 or whatever it is. But if you're really grinding all the classes level 50, I mean, that does turn me off from Elf compared to all these other ones. I mean, that kind of applies to Vampire, but not as much, as we'll discuss later on. But yeah, Elf's pretty good. It has the shield, which is really nice. The counter arrow is really good. The volley's also pretty good. Yeah, I just personally don't... You'd, like, go out of your way to have it. So, yeah. If you see my Miitopia screenshots, you don't see too many of my characters have the Elf. Not from Pikmin. Thief, I'm gonna give you either B or A. Thief, in my opinion, is the most underrated. I mean, it is the first one I've chosen when I played the game, but Thief is very underrated, in my opinion. It's not amazing, but it has tools that can get stuff done. It has the trap wire, both for just yourself or your party member, or for the entire team. That's damage, you do it a lot, adds up really quickly. It has the where it leaves and goes to the back of the enemy. I forget the name of it. That's really good as well, because there's been times in the Tower of Dread, I always call it Tower of Terror for the 3rd time, where it's absolutely saved me. Because I only have one party member left, they're all down. I go out, or I'm usually a thief. I go out, I kill the enemy, and there you go, I win, because it's all damage. And it can, other characters, other beasts could follow up with that too. The Rock Rain is very good. It's a move that I spam a lot. Yell at me in the comments and say I'm wrong, I don't care. Mage. Mage, go to, most of these are A. Like, Miitopia is a pretty balanced game overall. I probably put Thief at the very bottom of A. Because I know it has flaws, but whatever. Mage is something, first of all, glass cannon, kind of like Scientist. It has lots of MP required for this, so use your sprinkles on the mage. The Wall of Flame, I think it's called. Very good move. When I say very good, I mean very good. It makes mage worth having. In a light game, if mage do not have that move, it would be way less. Also, when I say mage has shield, and you use the shield and your damage reduces by half even when you die for mage. So yeah. Princess, probably B. This is probably one I have least bad experience with. I have gotten multiple different party members with different save files, up to level 50 on Princess. Actually, maybe it's A. Yeah, I'm gonna give it A. I'm gonna B. It's good, but I usually prioritize other stuff, which I will get into later. It's vampire, spoiler alert. For Princess. It's a good move. Not a good move. It's a my Olimar brain rot's real. It's a good job. I think there's better out there. The get out of getting an attack hit free card is really good. Tea time's pretty good as well. The double range or whatever it is, pretty good too. But I feel like I just really don't utilize the Princess that much because I'd rather. I think part of it you don't get it until third area, and normally I have other jobs over it like I choose. But it's still good. Kind of like Elf, but it's just a me thing. I'm sure you other people do different. Cleric. You don't have Cleric on the team. Your Cleric gets sick. Sometimes I would rather my own me get sick than the Cleric. I almost never make myself be the actual healer, but the Cleric is super vital for your team, especially late game. Gaga reveal, I believe it works every time. Really good to heal. It can heal all your team. Really good. Less health. Again, it's self-explanatory. Don't really need to go it. Flower. Flower's the worst job. It's still good. Personally, from my experience, Flower's better with like you have when you're at the Traveler's Hub, I believe it's called. Yeah, that's what it's called. As you have a Flower as assist, it's better for that than as an actual party member because its damage is pretty bad. It can heal, but to be fair, Popstar can heal, Cleric can heal, Vampire can heal, which we'll get into later. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but again, Flower's definitely the weakest job in my opinion. Cats. First of all, if you're grinding for food, Cat's the best because it can steal grub from like enemies that give you really good food, which I have done that to get my stats to level 99 for all of them. Sharpened claws on top of like the me feeling happy can do 999 damage. It's broken. You know what? Okay, it's better than I'll put you here for now. I'm gonna reorganize this thing. I'll probably post this on my me account too. Warrior. Yeah, I'll put you there. Warrior's good. It's probably better in the early game than the late game. It is pretty good in the late game too. It has considerable damage. The I Protect You can severely like protect the scientists and stuff. Its spin attack can be really good. Its dark eye can be really good. But overall, I just don't feel like at the late game, there's other classes I would choose over it. And Vampire. There we go. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with me on this list. In my Miitopia save file, which I did the most on by far, me and my best friends were both vampires, and we did the Terra of other party members too, of course. And or maybe it was just her. I forget. It's been a while. It's been like 2 years. But Vampire's really good. First of all, its damage output's like crazy. It can hit all of them with multiple different attacks. When it can give people like the red eyes or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I forget. That's really good because you can revive the entire team in one sitting, and that is cool, especially for mods. If you're playing like a difficulty mod, for example, vampires are required for that. It's the best job. You know what? Then there we go. There we go. Let's make you me. There you go. There we go. Look at that. Vampire's the best class in the game. Like, I could have 2 vampires on the team, and it doesn't feel like I'm wasting a slot. I remember I did a run of 2 clerics on a team, and that felt like my damage output was being underutilized. But having 2 vampires, you can have good damage output, and you can heal people too. So I'm just gonna go through, reorganize at the end. You're the best, then you, then tank. I'm gonna pop star up the S. And it's not just with a funny femboy meme, by the way, so don't be yelling at me in the comments. Because Popstar can do damage and heal 3 party members at once if you get lucky enough. I'm pretty confident with B. Although, to be fair, I don't utilize the princess as much as I do for the other ones. Same with Elf, but I see what Elf can do. Right. Thieves, definitely the worst out of these. Then Scientist. Then Warrior. I'm gonna put Cat over Elf because you could farm up, if you go out of the way, you could farm up and get really good grub and get all your stats up to 999. Yeah. That's a tier list. Oh, it's by Lord Boylan on Twitter/X, so shoutouts to them. I'll put their account in the description. I don't use Twitter, but still. I was good at just shout out their stuff. Well, thank you so much for watching. I know this is not a Pikmin video, and I know probably won't do as well as the Pikmin stuff, but still. I like Mii games, as it says in my bio, and Miitopia is my top 10 favorite games of all time, so why not talk about it? I'll see you guys next time. Peace.